Oh, hey Lily, what's up? How you doing? Hey, what do you have back there? What is that? Hey, Lily, come outside. Outside, come on. Let me see what you've been hiding here. Ugh. What the hell is this stuff? What are these? Yo, what are these? Super Mario 3D World? I've never heard of that. Splatoon, isn't that? Oh, I think that game's coming. Yo, Rodeo. Okay. Pikmin. Wait, there was a third Pikmin? Wait, what the? Seriously, what else do you got back here? Damn. For real. Oh, God. Oh, yo, this could probably be good. Probably not. Oh, whoa, I didn't play this. Interesting. Yoshi? Oh, that actually looks pretty good. Wait, is this like... Hold on, is this like Mario Minecraft? Oh, that'd be kind of cool. What else we have? Lily, why didn't you tell me I had these? Seriously, hold on. What else is here? Mario Party 10? Okay, there was a new Mario Party. That's cool. Oh, the Zeldas got remade? That's sick. That doesn't really look that good, honestly. There was a second Bayonetta. I didn't even know. I know, like, the first one just came out on PC, but... Damn, and there's more... Dog, what have you been hiding? There was a new Star Fox. There was a... Oh, another HD remaster. Damn. Ugh. Man. And wait, Wait, there was like a JRPG that was on it. This looks pretty cool, too. Oh, man, I didn't even know there was a new Paper Mario. Why have I never heard of any of these? Wait, what the hell is that Wii U? Hey, Lily, do you know what a Wii U is? Yeah. I don't know either. Ladies and gentlemen, that display of games which I just showed you is Nintendo's secret library of new games that could be upcoming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because those are all Wii U games. Of course, you, the person who probably knows a good amount about the Wii U, was probably aware of most of those titles. And I know, not all those titles I showed were Wii U exclusives. Some of them were multi-platform, but a large majority of them were. And we also have to realize something as well, too. If you owned a Wii U, or you were aware of it, or you knew a good amount about it, whatever it was, you were a minority of people that was actually aware of what the Wii U was, or you owned one, or you played one. The Wii U to date has sold less than 14 million consoles worldwide. And 14 million is not a small number by any means, it's 14 million. But in console sales, that is abysmal, especially for a company like Nintendo, where their specialty is console software and console hardware, and that is what they bank on for the most part. Now, the reason why I'm making this video, this is actually something I've wanted to make for a while, and as I'm seeing more releases, it's becoming quite clear that Nintendo has a golden opportunity right now to release quote-unquote new games on the Nintendo Switch. And this is just games that were exclusive on the Wii U, that they're now bringing over to the Switch. Why? Because, let's face it, most people have not played these games. Now, I understand there's probably a lot of people who owned a Wii U who now own a Switch and are saying, I've already played Mario Kart 8, I've already played Lego City Undercover, I've already played Pokkén Tournament, and they're probably frustrated that they're getting all these deluxe editions. Well, here's a few things. One, you're going to be getting it on a newer, better supported platform that is going to have everything on there, because most of these games came out on the Wii U and got DLC. And when they're coming on to Switch, there's everything combined. It's going to be a complete collection, which I see nothing wrong with. Now, if they're going to be selling it for $40, $50, maybe even $60, maybe that's something you can agree with, maybe it's not. But the point is on here, if you had played these games on Wii U, you have to realize you're still in a minority of people who played these games on Wii U. Most people who have the Switch, who've invested in this system or purchased it, have not played these games, and it is great that they can go back and play them. Now, I'm sure there's also other people that are saying, oh, well, I don't want to have these games remastered, or there shouldn't be backwards compatibility. If they were truly passionate about the Wii U, about games, they could go out and buy a Wii U. They should have kept their Wii U. They should have played these games originally. Well, for personal reasons and for monetary reasons, that's not going to be possible with everyone. On top of that as well too, Nintendo has also made it hard to get a hold of a Wii U. Yeah, I know you can go ahead and get one on Nintendo's refurbished site right now, and I would recommend picking one up if you can, because they're like $175 right now, which isn't all that bad. But for the most part, the Wii U never got cheap. You would have expected this game to... You would have expected this console to really drop in price and go in bargain bins, but it never did. And when Nintendo stopped supporting it, they didn't just have all the companies start clearancing out Wii U's. They ended up recalling them. They wanted them returned. So that way they couldn't even, you know, get an extra amount of sales out. They kind of just want to erase the Wii U if possible. This is actually really similar to when The Last of Us had originally debuted in 2013, and then within a year or two it was re-released on PlayStation 4. I actually think in 2014 it ended up coming out. A lot of people were complaining and saying, that game just came out, it does not need a re-release. And I did agree with that until I had been told that about 90% of PS4 owners had never played The Last of Us. And it's probably something similar to that with many of these Wii U exclusive games that had come out and for people who now own Switches. You see, the thing with The Last of Us was The Last of Us ended up releasing in 2013. It released at the tail end of the life cycle, well, the life cycle in most people's heads of the PlayStation 3. And by then, not that many people were really buying PS3s because it was inevitable that the PlayStation 4 was going to come out, and it did that same year. So most people who were going to be buying a Sony system were going to just wait to get the PlayStation 4 instead of getting the PlayStation 3. That resulted in a lot of people who ended up jumping ship from whatever platform they were, mostly Xbox 360, and then going to PlayStation 4 as opposed to Xbox One naturally, then getting this system that somewhere in its ecosystem had some type of exclusive game in a previous iteration that they got to miss out on. And The Last of Us sold exceptionally well, and it's still doing well to this day. And this is a lot like the Last of Us conundrum, except on a much wider scale. Because you see, the PlayStation 3 sold extremely well. The Wii U did not sell extremely well. Yes, there were plenty of people that did play Last of Us while it was on PS3, but there was also a lot more PS3s out there in the wild. That really didn't happen with the Wii U. That's why there's been so many great experiences and games and releases on the Wii U that people just aren't really aware of. And they're just kind of locked on that system, unfortunately. Now, I know not everyone is in support of this, and again, I can understand why, but for the most part, I am right here. Because, one, this gives these games a second breath of life. This gives these games another opportunity to actually shine and do well. On top of that, you're introducing these games to people who really had no interest in the Wii U. They might not have picked one up, maybe they can't pick one up right now, but they have a Switch and they can try it out. And if these games are so good, and you're saying, you know, they were excellent, it's a shame that people missed out on some of these titles on the Wii U, wouldn't you want people to play them in a easier fashion? Like, if it's easier for them to get to a Switch as opposed to a Wii U, they could pick it up on there. I think that's a stellar idea. And for anybody that still doesn't like the idea, you're saying I had a Wii U, or I have a Wii U and I have these games on it and I'm perfectly happy with that, that's totally fine. You know what I tell you? If you just want to stick to the Wii U copy of Pokkén Tournament and you're perfectly happy with that, that's totally fine. Vote with your wallet, and I'm being completely serious with this. If you don't support the practice, don't buy into it. Don't buy the Switch if you really don't want the Switch. If you don't want to support, you know, games like this being re-released on it, don't buy the Switch versions of them. Let other people support it the way they want to, and you support it the way you want to. And we'll see how much support these games are going to get as well too. But this is an ongoing trend that I'm seeing. We saw it with LEGO City Undercover now being on multi-platform. We're seeing it with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition selling extremely well, where most people didn't even know Mario Kart 8 came out. And we're seeing it with Pokkén Tournament, a game that had released and was very solid and people really enjoyed, but it didn't get that widespread appeal just because of the platform that it was limited to. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Let me know what you all think of this conundrum, and if you enjoyed this video, a like would very much be appreciated. If you absolutely hated it, a dislike is fine as well too.